Dear student, welcome to the today's session. In this session, we'll discuss conversion of CFG to PDA. In previous sessions, we have discussed the methods how we can design context-free grammars and push-down automata corresponding to a given language. Okay, so both CFG and PDA have the capability to represent context-free languages as well as the regular languages. We have also seen in case of regular languages, we have discussed that tools like FAs and the regular expressions or the grammar corresponding to it. And we have seen that all these tools are convertible to each other. We can convert a regular grammar to the FA or FA to the regular grammar. We can convert an FA to the regular expression or the regular expression to the FA. We have all such tools. So now we have discussed two tools to define the context-free languages. These are the context-free grammars and push-down automata. So today's session is dedicated to the conversion of CFG to PDA. So the one tool to the other tool, we will convert our CFG to the PDA. We'll take one CFG as input and we'll find the corresponding push-down automata. This theorem says, suppose a grammar G, that is Vn sigma Ps, if G is a CFG, then we can construct a PDA, say A, suppose we say this PDA as A. So this PDA will accept the language LG by empty store. Okay, so that is NA will be equal to LG. Where NA is the language accepted by the PDA A by the empty store, by null store. Okay, and LG is the language accepted by the grammar G. Now we come on the procedure of converting context-free grammar to the push-down automata. Again, we are assuming that G is equal to Vn sigma Ps, it is a CFG. Then we are going to construct a PDA A such that the set of state capital Q is having only one state, that is Q. Okay, so there will be only one state in our PDA, that is Q. Okay, and then sigma, so it is the sigma, it is the alphabet, and then push down store symbols rho will be equal to the Vn union sigma, means all the variables and all the terminals, all the variables and all the terminals will be the push down stored symbols, means we can push all the symbols that are the variables or the terminals over the push down store. Then transition function delta, we will see it will be represented by the rule, these two rules R1 and R2, and then Q0 will be the Q only, because Q is the only state, so it will be the start state as well. Okay, so this Q0 will be the Q, and then S, which is the start symbol in our grammar G, will be the initial push down store symbol, means initially over the push down store, the start symbol of the grammar G, that is S, will be there. And because our PDA is representing the language by empty store, so that's why F, the set of final states, will be the 5. So in this manner, we will construct this A. This is Q sigma rho delta Q0 Z0 and F. So in this manner, we will form. So now if you look at, we know what will be the set of states, we know what will be the alphabet, we know what will be the push down stored symbols, both are known to us. Okay, then what will be the Q0 initial state, that is known to us, what will be the initial push down symbol, that is also known to us, what will be the set of final state, it will be 5, this is also known to us. The only remaining thing which is unknown to us is the transition function delta. So this transition function delta we will be defining as per these two rules. Now rule number 1 says delta Q null capital A. Wherever I am writing capital A, I mean that there is a variable coming. Okay, so it is equal to so it is equal to Q comma alpha such that A to alpha is in P. What does it mean? It simply means that during the execution of your string over the push down automata, if you find capital A, that is any variable, over the push down store, so this represents the push down store, what symbol we are getting over the push down store. So over the push down store, at the top of the push down store, if we are getting a variable A, then we will take a null move. We will not take anything from the input, rather we will be taking a null move. And by taking this null move, what we do, we will remove this A and we will add alpha. We will add alpha, which is the right hand side of any A production. So all the we will look at all the A productions, and one of any such productions right hand side, we will be pushing over the push down store. So we will be removing A from the top of the push down store and we will be pushing alpha, which is the right hand side of some A production over the push down store. So this action, this rule 1 will be taking. Now come on the rule 2. This rule 2 says that QAA is equal to Q null. Okay. So meaning thereby, if we are getting a terminal where I am writing small a, so it means where if I am getting a terminal over the push down store, and the same terminal if I am finding in the input, so it will perform a matching operation. Meaning thereby, in the input, whatever I want to generate, that I am able to generate because it is present on the top of the push down store. So I will match it and I will remove it. So in this case, the topmost push down store symbol, that is the terminal A, will be removed from the top down store. So I will consume one input from the one input symbol from my input, and I will be erasing the topmost symbol, that is the same terminal, over the push down store. So this I will be doing, and this I will be doing for every A belonging to sigma. So I will be writing the number of transitions as equal to the number of terminals in my language. Okay, so if I am having suppose 3 terminals in my language, so 3 such rules I have to write. Corresponding to each terminal, I have to write one such rule. And through the rule 1, I will be generating transitions which are based on the productions of the grammar G. Okay, so whatsoever production, set of production P is there, as per that set of production, I will be making transitions as per the rule 1. Okay, so this is the method. So we have to simply find delta by the rule 1 and rule 2. So this is the whole procedure. Now we'll take one example so that you may understand this procedure in a much better manner. So let us come to its application. We are taking one example in which I have taken one grammar G. This grammar G is such that it is S, A, B, P and S, and the set of production is given by this. Okay, so there is only one variable in our grammar. There are 2 symbols A and B there. Set of production is given by these 2 S productions, and S is our start symbol. Okay, so if you will look at this production set S2 A S B oblique null, we know that it is a very simple language, the very first language which we have discussed during the discussion of context-free languages. So it is the LG is equal to A to the power n, B to the power n, such that n greater than or equal to 0, because S to null we can go. So that's why n is equal to n is greater than or equal to 0. So this is the language. So this is a context-free language represented by a context-free grammar. This we have to convert a PDA. We have also seen the PDA for it. Okay, and we have designed it. Now we will see how we can convert this PDA, this CFG to the corresponding PDA, and what PDA we will be getting. So as per our procedure, we will be writing a PDA A corresponding to this grammar G. So I am first writing A. Okay, so I am writing A is equal to, it will be a set of some things. There will be a set of states. So there will be only one state, that is a Q, as per our procedure. Now the input symbols will be the same as in our grammar, that is A, B. Okay, and then row the push down store symbols. So what will be the push down store symbols? All the variables and all the terminals present in the grammar will be the push down store symbols. So S, small a and small b. See, these all will be the push down store symbols. Okay. Then Q, sigma, rho, delta. Now we'll find its transition function delta with the help of these 2 rules. So for your convenience, I have written these 2 rules here. So this is the rule number 1. This is the rule number 2. So by the application of these 2 rules, we will be finding our transition function delta. So Q, sigma, rho, delta. Q0 is this state itself, and Z0 is the initial push down store symbol, that is this, and phi. So we have found everything except this delta. Now this delta we will be finding by application of these rules. Okay. So let us see what we have to do. As per the rule 1, we have to apply it. We have to write delta Q null A corresponding to each variable A present in our grammar. So there is only one variable present, so we will be applying rule 1. So by applying rule 1, what we will find? We will find delta Q null, and there is only one variable, that is S. So that is S. And what we have to include on right hand side? On the right hand side, we have to include the pairs of the form Q and alpha, such that A to alpha is a production. Means to finding alpha, so obviously Q will come here. Now I have to write alpha. To find what alpha will come, I have to look at the productions of this variable A. So now I am taking the variable S, so I will look at the S productions. There are two S productions, so two pairs will be included here. One S production is ASB, so this is the alpha. So A to alpha, okay, it is A and it is my alpha. So A to alpha is a production, so I will include alpha. So I will include ASB. So this is one pair. Now there is one more alpha present here. Suppose I take this production S to null, so now this will become alpha. Okay, so the second alpha may be this. So I will add another pair, that is Q comma null. So that is the alpha. So this production I will get. So this I have to do for every variable present in the grammar. Okay, so this I will be doing. Now I will apply R2. Delta QAA means terminal I have to take, and for each terminal I have to write such production. So I am having two terminals here, A and B. Okay, so I will be writing two productions here, Q A comma A, and another production will be delta. Another transition will be Q B comma B. Is it? Now what I have to write here? I have to write here simply. It says I have to write Q null. I have to write Q comma null. Simply in this situation also I have to write Q comma null. So I have applied rule 2 and I have written these two productions. So you have seen how simple it is to apply these two rules R1 and R2 to find the productions in my PDA. Now question is, this PDA I have got, but this is not the PDA which I have actually designed for a to the power n and b to the power n greater than or equal to. We have designed something else. Now whether the PDA which we have got by this conversion process, it is correct or not, let us see that. So now we'll take one input string and we'll try to find whether that input string can be generated through this or not. Now let us take our example word W, which is AA. So suppose this W we are taking, we want to check whether this is the word in the language represented by the PDA or not. We know that whatsoever grammar we have taken, that is the word, it is a word in that particular language. Okay, so whether it is the word over our the PDA which we have found from that grammar or not, this we have to check. So for this we have taken the initial ID. So initial ID is the initial state, that is the Q, and initial push down store symbol, that is the S, and the whole word it is remaining to be processed. So now we'll start its processing. How we'll process it? We'll look at what state we are and what is the push down store symbol. So topmost push down store symbol is S, that is a variable. So now we have found a variable. When we have found a variable, so out of these rules, which rule is applicable? Only the rule where the variable S is coming at the top of the push down store is applicable. No other rule is applicable. So we will apply this rule, and when we will apply this rule, we will not take anything from the input. We will simply take a null move and we will use any of its productions. Okay. So suppose we take this production Q is Q comma ASB. So meaning thereby we will remove this topmost symbol S and we will push ASB over the push down store. Okay. So I will be in the state Q. The whole symbol AABB will remain to be processed, and top of push down and the status of push down store will be this S will be removed and ASB will be pushed. So now the status of the push down store will be something like this. Is it? So now we have come to this ID. Now again I am seeing that I am in the state Q, and at the top of the push down store is the symbol A, that is the terminal A. So now I have got a terminal. If I have got a terminal, then which rule is applicable? This is the terminal A. So I am getting a terminal A here. So the rule delta QAA is applicable. So if A is also present in my input, then I can do a matching. So I will look at my input. Yes, in my input, A is present as a symbol which I want to process. So it is the leftmost symbol, and A is the topmost push down store symbol. So QAA situation, this situation I have got. So I can apply this particular transition. So I will apply this transition and I will move to the ID Q. Now this A has been processed, so only remaining word will be the ABB. Okay, and I will remove A from the top of the push down store also, because I have to push null here. Okay, so now the status will be S comma B. Is it? So now S will be on the top of the push down store. So again I am getting S on the top of push down store. So that is a variable. So I will take the move which in which variable s is on the top. Okay, so I will take this move. I suppose again apply this one. I again apply q is equal to ASB. Okay, so q, I will not take anything from the input because I am taking the null move. So input remain to be processed will be as it is, and I will remove this s, and at the place of this s I will be pushing ASB. So ASB will come here, and this B will also present here. So B will come here. Okay, so I have removed this S and I have pushed this ASB. So this B was remained as it is. So now this is the status of the stack. Now again at the top of the stack I am getting an terminal symbol. So A, and the same terminal symbol I am getting in the input as well. So QAA I can apply and I can do the matching as per this particular transition. QAA, Q null. Okay, so I will move to an ID Q. I will remove this A will be consumed because I have used this transition. So BB will remain in the input, and this A will also remove from here. So S, B, B I am getting. Okay. So now again S is on the top of the push down store. So QS I will take a null move and I have to apply this transition. But this time I will not apply this. I will apply this because if I will apply this, I will again generate one more A. And in my input, I do not have any A remain, so I cannot do the matching. So I will not apply this. I will apply Q null. Okay. So the next ID will be Q. Input will remain as it is because I have taken null move, and S will be removed because S will be removed and null will be pushed. So BB will be there. Now I am on the top of the push down store, and in the input I am getting the same symbol. Both are B. So this particular transition QBB is applicable, and I can remove the topmost push down store symbol, that is the B. Okay, so the next ID will be Q, this B and this B, because one B from the input has been consumed, and the topmost push down store symbol, that is the B, that has also been removed. So one B remained in the input and one B remained at the top of the push down store. Then again at the top of the push down store there is B, and in the input we are getting B, same symbols. So again this QBB can be applied. So Q null I will be writing. So this is Q. My input has exhausted, null is remained, and null is on the top of the push down store. So null on the push down store means push down store is empty. So now when my string has finished, my push down store is empty. So that's why this string which I started processing will be accepted over this PDA. So you can check all the words of the form where the number of A's and number of B's are equal, and all B's are followed by all A's will be accepted over this particular PDA. So now you can look that this is another PDA, this is another design. Here we have not changed any state. We have taken only a single state, and what we have done through the help of the productions of our grammar G, I have written this PDA. If you carefully look at what I have done here, so the processing of this string is nothing but the process of derivation. In the process of derivation, what we do? We start with the start symbol. Suppose we start with the start symbol S, and then what we'll do? We apply some of the applicable productions. So okay, so from S I will move to ASB. Okay, and then again what I will do? For this S, I will again apply the same production, and I will move to AASBB. And then what I will do? I will apply S to null, and then I will move to the AABB. In this manner, I do the derivation. If you carefully look at, I am doing the same process here. AABB is here wherever I am getting a variable. So I am removing this variable, and one of its production I am pushing over the push down store. Okay, so S to ASB I have pushed here. Okay, and wherever A is coming, terminal is coming, I am doing the matching so that input is matched. Okay, and again where I have got the S, that is the variable on the top of the push down store, I have removed it, and at the place of this S, I have pushed ASB, that is one of its production. Again here, if you look at here, you are getting S, that is the variable on the top of the push down store. You are applying one of its production, that is S to null. So you have produced null, so only PB is left here. Okay, so every time when a variable is coming at the top of the push down store, I am putting or I am replacing it by one of its production. So that's why our PDA is working like we are doing a derivation in the grammar. So that's why in this manner we can convert our context-free grammar into the PDA. Now let us take one more example. Suppose this time grammar G is containing two variables s comma x, two terminals a, b, set of production p, and start symbol is s, and set of production p is given by s2 x double a x, and x is ax bx null. So if you carefully look at the productions, the LG is a plus b asterisk double a plus b asterisk. Okay, so it is the language of all words over a and b which contains a double a in them. Okay, so this is the language. Basically, it is a regular language, but because we have written a context-free grammar for it, so that's why we can convert it to the corresponding PDA as well. Okay, so now convert it to the PDA. If we convert it to the PDA, we will write PDA A like Q. There will be only a single state Q, and there will be the same alphabet symbol, that is A and B, and there will be the push down store symbols. All the variables and all the terminals will be over the can be made over the push down store. So these will be in the symbol row. Delta we will be writing. Then Q0 is the only state Q, and Z0 is the initial push down store symbol. That is the start symbol of the grammar, that is S. And because we will accept it by empty store, so set of final state is 5. Okay. Now we will be writing delta. So delta will be defined as delta. First of all, we will apply rule 1. For applying rule 1, we will look at the production set. So we'll look at the productions S. So one variable is S. So we'll write production corresponding to this. So Q null S we have to write. Okay. And what we'll write here, we'll include all the right hand side of the S. So Q, there is only one S production. So right hand side is this alpha. So I will include this alpha. Okay. So it is X, A, X. So this will be this particular transition. Now next transition will be corresponding to the next variable, that is the X. So Q null X. For this, I will be looking at the productions of production of X. So there are 3 X productions: X to AX, X to BX, and X to null. So I will have 3 pairs here. Q, one is AX, so I will write AX here. Another one, Q, that is the BX, so I will write BX here. And third will be Q comma null is there, so null is there. So I have written productions of all the variables as per the rule 1. Now as per the rule 2, I will write the rules for all the terminals. Okay. So as per the rule 2, I will be writing, there are 2 terminals A and B, so I have to write the production transitions of the form QAA and QBB. Is it? And for the terminals, I have to write only the Q null, always. Okay. So I will write Q null. So you can see how easily I have converted my grammar to my PDA. So this will be my PDA. Now you can check any word which belongs to this language will be successful over this PDA as well. You can test any word. This I am leaving as home exercise for you. So you take any word and check whether this PDA is correct or not. Thank you all.